go, ladies and gentlemen. In the red trunks, swapping over this time around to make things a little bit interesting. As the scoreboard, funnily enough, is actually saying the opposite, but we'll go with it anyway. SKMC in the red trunks playing Protoss to the southwest of Cloud Kingdom. I'm loving this. The actual official Blizzard scoreboard is disagreeing with me on the colors, which it's like I'm not used to arguing with the Blizzard scoreboard, Apollo. I'm not sure what to tell it.
Well, luckily the viewers don't see that. They see the MLG one, which is always right.
Fantastic. Always good to see. Good lord. There we go. MMA in the red trunks playing Terran to the northeast, and his opponent SKMC in the blue playing Protoss to the southwest.
Very important game for both of these guys here, of course. MC having a great run. You know, he's one of the top performers of MLG 2012. MMA, though, not yet played in a tournament at an event. MLG had a great, fantastic run last year, 2011. You know, first place Columbus, second place Anaheim, and then did have a 9th place Providence, maybe not to the standard he would have liked.
Yeah.
But he's here to win. He's already won 2 tournaments this year, Intel Extreme Masters and of course Iron Squid. 3 tournaments in 2012. To win this one as well would be absolutely fantastic news for MMA.
Yeah, he really could make his mark on MLG right here. And if he overcomes MC, it's not going to be an easy ride through to the finals by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not a nice match to get to start with, and it's a really great morale boost if you can play and win against a player of that caliber.
MMA taking the gasless approach once again, and Cloud Kingdom, of course, being a 2-player map, MC is going to be very easily able to go in, check out the gas, see is it taken or not. And as MC goes in, he sees, oh, well, there's the barracks, and well, there's the lack of gas, so I know exactly what my opponent's doing. So now it's kind of MC's choice. MMA said, he's like, all right, well, I'm going to go gasless expansion, so what are you going to do? And now it's up to MC to make that strategical choice, to make a game-winning choice.
And can he do it, more to the point? Because MMA is not going to give him the opportunity to do something that decisive if he can help it. Down goes the command center once again. MC, needless to say, knows about it, but what does he do from this point? Does he pile the pressure on? We've seen him try a little bit on Tal'Darim, not too much, didn't go all for it, didn't get anywhere with it. Does he try that? Does he throw something a little bit interesting into the mix once again? We do only see 1 gas go down this time.
Yeah, he's Chronobursting out the Stalker, so could potentially just, you know, do a little bit of damage on the natural, which may even force, because the SCV's actually seen the Chronoboost on the Stalker, so it may force an earlier bunker down, actually, from MMA, who wants to play safe. There is the bunker down on the natural, wants to play safe, doesn't want to just lose to Zealot, Stalker. As now the Zealots come out, he doesn't really know where the next Chronoboost is being used, and it's actually on the Nexus, so he's just playing safe, basically, to underline that.
Yeah, you don't want to mess around when you're one apiece against a player like MC. That's absolutely not what you want to be doing. A few more barracks coming down. Nice, really, really regimented builds here from MMA. Obviously well practiced. Yeah,
of course. He knows exactly what to do. You know, Slayers, they're the practice-heavy team, basically.
Where's that second gas, actually, for MMA? He hasn't followed up.
It's down.
There it is. Yeah, a little bit later than before.
And we do have just a very simple 1 gateway expand here for MC. Zealot, Stalker, Sentry, very, very simple combination of units. A second Sentry being built, as he does not have second gas, which is very interesting. Whether he'll, well, it looks like he's definitely going to be throwing down the double gateway, but is he going to throw down a 3rd one? That's what I'm very interested in seeing. 1, 2 comes down. Is he going to throw a 3rd? I think he is. And MC is going to go for this 4-gate play after expanding, going to pile the pressure onto his opponent, who does have a bunker down, but MC's dedicating resources to this, so he has to kind of do damage, otherwise he will naturally fall behind in this game.
That he will. Will 1 bunker actually be enough to deal with this much pressure? In comes an SCV, goes down, spots 2 sentries and a Zealot only. That is not really indicative of that kind of pressure play. It's not really indicative of anything.
And MC is just, when I watch his play, when I've watched from his vision, it's very confusing because he throws down 3 additional gateways, but he's chronoboosting the Nexus. So he doesn't have to do as much damage as he would do if he was chronoboosting the gateways because he's chronoboosting the probes.
Yep.
He just has to do a little bit of damage, but there is a second bunker coming down.
MMA smells it.
Yeah, MMA kind of, you know, knows MC's style. He knows that on this kind of map, that's something MC might do. So he's just playing extra safe. And he may actually just go ahead and say, well, I'm just not going to scan. That's 270 minerals. Well, I'll just throw down one bunker. That's on 100, and I save a bit of money here. And, of course, if he can salvage it later on.
Ooh,
but there's the pylon down. MC's ready, and oh my god, he even spots the unit there. And I think that may just push him to actually think that this is there, and MC could actually return.
He might. He's pushing now. The pylon's going up, but this could actually, it was a little bit too late there from MMA, as you can see, and MC now trying to pressure that, but that's not going to break anytime soon.
Yeah, so he shouldn't really dedicate any more units to this, to be honest. With 2 bunkers, SCV's already there, Marines behind. This is going to be pretty man-bad.
We're going to have a look at MMA's first-person point of view here and see what he's up to.
Yeah, look at that. Very tense moment right now for MMA. Is MC following through with this? Is he not? That's the thing he's going through. He sends out another SCV. Is he going to see? He sees more units than before.
Yeah,
he's going to have to pull some SCVs across.
Yep, you can see immediately what he's doing there, pulling the SCVs off to ensure that he's got enough to repair those bunkers. If the bunkers go down, then that defensive line is busted. Here's the attempt to stop the repairs here by MC, and you can see a lot of SCVs picked off already there.
And still no tech really behind this for MC. He's very late on it. The Twilight Council comes down now. And the investment, let's have a look at the kind of key point here is that the probes is still higher than the SCVs. 44 probes versus 41 SCVs now. And that's actually pretty damn good for MC. He's taken a lead a little bit, but he has suffered in terms of tech. He's got a lot of gateway units down. He has a lot of sentry energy. But with a good, solid +1 timing to follow this...
Ooh, he's
just
fraying my nerves, Apollo. Yeah, he's fraying my nerves. I can't deal with this anymore. MC now finally deciding now is the time to leave. Of course, we'll lose that pylon, which actually is going to supply block him for a fraction of a second there. In fact, more than a fraction of a second. He's going to be supply blocked for another 10, so he doesn't get the warp in there. MMA really can't follow up from this position, though, so it's not too big a deal. We're going to see Charge and Robotics coming down here for MC, trying to play catch-up on the tech.
Yeah, I mean, basically when he rushes for Charge like this, is like, I have to hold on, as he's like being pushed back by MMA's strength in this game. And Zealot Charge is great. You know, combine it with Force Fields, it's absolutely fantastic upgrade. And he will have the time to research it most importantly here. And he basically got that before scouting options, robotics facility, before a forge. So he really desperately needs to get that upgrade out to actually hold on to this inevitable push coming from MMA. But this is still a pretty damn scary push with 2 medevacs, combat shields on the way. It's still very difficult for MC, who's actually rushing up to Robotics Bay now too.
Yeah, very much so. Dedicating to trying to get a Colossi out as quickly as possible, maybe catching MMA without the requisite number of Vikings to deal with that. Push already comes out here from MMA, looking to secure his own Xel'Naga Watchtower, picking off another pylon for free there without a problem. He's going to take the other Xel'Naga as well. Great map control and an expansion behind this as well. And I have to wonder, how much does he really dedicate to this push? Does he just tickle? Does he do a little bit of light pressure?
Oh man, he's going for it pretty damn hard, that's for sure. He has a 2nd engineering bay, armory, and 3rd command center to back this up. But here he is, MMA. He'll look now and probably just run straight to natural. Scan goes down, sees units, sees a bunch of Zealots. He's probably scared about High Templar, actually.
Yeah, but he's not going to be running into any of those. Blink coming up here for MC as well, looking for a possible Blink Stalker transition, but he's not going to get it.
Ooh.
A lot of fire comes in from the top cliff area. Inconclusive engagement there for MMA.
Combat shield's not finished, +1 armor not finished. So he kind of went in, was like, all right, but MC came to him, which was kind of not meant to happen. So he had to stim there. Now combat shield is done. Now +1 armor is about 15 seconds away from done. He can go in again, but this is buying a lot of time for the Colossus to come through now. Blink is on its way. Thermal Lance is on its way. +1 armor is on its way. MC has a pretty damn strong army.
Yes, he does. That is a scary, scary composition. Can MMA go in before Extended Thermal Lance comes into play? Well, he thinks not. He's pushing it back to his side of the map at the moment, continuing with the expansion and continuing to macro, getting 4 more barracks behind that, double upgrades as well. That army is going to be very, very scary very soon.
The big problem here is that MMA doesn't know what this is. Is this Templar play? Is it Colossus play? That's the key thing here. He sees so many Zealots, he doesn't see any Stalkers. So look, the Ghost Academy is coming down. He's misreading this game.
Archon.
And he thinks it's Templar. He thinks MC's doing the same again. And this Colossus with Stalkers, with Blink behind it, is going to be such a painful maneuver here from MMA, who is very confident in his game reading, seeing what he's seen that this is actually High Templar play, and this could actually be so dangerous and potentially game-winning for MC.
I tell you, it takes a Master of Deception to hide something as large as a Colossus Apollo, but MC's managed to hide two of them.
The pylon is down as well, Toto Biscuit now, but at the 4th base, MMA has units there. He hasn't seen the pylon yet. This is a very, very nervous moment.
MMA needs...
He sees the pylon, he sees the warp in. MMA knows it's coming, he knows it's coming.
But does he know what the actual follow-up is? Does he know about those Colossi? Is he ready to actually deal with that? Here comes the big push up the ramp here. And there's a blink going in right there. He catches one of those medevacs completely out of position.
Terrible force fields. He wanted to catch the Marines, but only catch a few SCVs instead. They get lifted up and picked away. But there's the scary thing. The two Colossi start raining down.
Yeah, and MMA completely caught out. Has no idea about that. As long as the force field energy maintains, MMA has no way to get anywhere near those Colossus.
There's so many Stalkers, he can one-shot every single Viking that comes out, and MC has made game-winning choices here, Toto Biscuit. He is on the verge of knocking MMA to the lower bracket.
And there we go, more force fields coming down to prevent the reinforcements coming down the ramp, and that is a killing field right now for MC as he obliterates the natural expansion of MMA, trying his best to actually hold on to this. If MMA is able to throw this back, the Zealot wall is down right now, but MMA prevented from getting all of his firepower to bear thanks to those force field placements. There we see the Ghost trying to come into play, essentially useless. GG, ladies and gentlemen, and MC with a fantastic tactical display. MMA completely misreads it, and it's a disaster for the Slayers player, and an amazing start in this tournament for SKMC.
The one thing that could have saved MMA were those 2-2 upgrades, which did not complete in time, and MMA... This is basically how he's lost against Protoss for a long time now, against Squirtle and IPL and other tournaments, especially within GSL as well. It's just a repeated nightmare here, and MC played absolutely fantastic to hide this, to force decisions from MMA through what he was showing. He was showing his hand, but only showing half.
Yeah.
And then the reactions came. The thing is, though, that MMA made the correct reactions. He actually didn't make any mistakes in terms of reactions. But that's because MC hit. I think that was beautiful play by MC. Yeah,
I love it. I love it. Master of Deception is MC in both of these games. First start Templar, then Hidden Colossus. MMA thinking Zealot Archon, absolutely not what's coming. Ends up being absolutely devastating. And really in that situation, backed up by two Colossi, what could MMA have possibly done? Maybe he couldn't even have... I love the decision for Blink Stalker, actually, in that composition, because the desperate response to that, the kind of all or nothing, is you Doom Drop on top of the Colossi to try and pick them off, because otherwise the force fields will stop you getting anywhere near. Couldn't even do that because the Blink Stalker count was too high, and the Medevac count was immediately whittled down by good focus fire there by MC. We're going to throw it on over to JP for his thoughts on that final confrontation between these amazing players.
MC actually just did right there in that game. It was incredible to watch him do that. Like you were saying, you basically described the entire end of that game as perfect as you can. So not really going to throw too much analysis at that, but that is actually going to do it, guys, for the free stream right now. Just a little taste of volley action coming at you this weekend. Let's go and take a look at the schedule so you guys can see what is coming up for this arena weekend here for the second spring arena. We have the best players right now. You can go check out that schedule over at MajorLeagueGaming.com/live, which is also where you can purchase the pass. A little bit details about that, as it's going to be $20 for the entire weekend, or if you want to throw down $30, you can get this weekend and the spring championships going down at MLG Anaheim, where we will have Heart of the Swarm being played. We'll have the Kespa players there. We're going to have a whole lot of action just for $10 more. Go ahead and go purchase that over at MajorLeagueGaming.com/live as well. Guys, that was an awesome first match. I cannot wait to see more matches this weekend.
Yeah, man, that was crazy good. Absolutely fantastic play there by MC. But MMA falls down to the low bracket. Very
good start for him,
unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's going to be one of his roughest rides of his life if he wants to stay in this tournament. With the caliber of players we've got that he has to deal with, I wouldn't want to be in that position. Nobody wants to be in that position after round one of the winner's bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, that ends our free preview, guys. Thanks to Dr. Pepper, of course, at Twitter. You guys can tell him that was awesome. Thanks a lot. And if you want to continue watching, just go ahead, splash out that $20 for this event.
You're going to spend it on anyway, really.
There you go, man. Maybe some bad games that aren't StarCraft 2.
Well, you've already bought Diablo 3. It's not like you need anything else, is it?
It's true, man. That's true. So definitely do that, guys. If you want to continue with it, of course, as JP said, our next map is going to be Huck versus Sleep. We'll be right back with that game.
Don't go anywhere.